Why'd you make us work that day? Why? We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there. Killed. And that's what I should have said to him.
Yep, I know.
Why did you make us work when you knew you were taking a statement, you were monitoring it? Why'd you make us stay and work?
So 6 people got killed because of the hurricane because the company wanted everybody to come into work that day. The CEO has made a video talking about it.
I'm Gerald O'Connor, founder and president of Impact Plastics in Erwin, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Due to death threats against me and my family.
So he starts off the video where he is talking about 6 people that got killed at his company, making you try to feel sorry about him. There's a death threat. You want people to feel bad about you for the death threats? Well, imagine if they're going to feel bad about the death threats. Think about how bad they'd feel about the actual deaths. Oh, God. It's just... What the fuck? Who told him to write this?
And to reduce the stress on local law enforcement that now needs to be focused on recovery operations. I'm with you by this video. The flood of September 27th took from our Impact Plastics family some
terrible framing. You really you're a CEO of this company. You can't get a teleprompter. You got to read it off a sheet of paper. Why would you put the sheet of paper in the frame? Why would you do that? Like, oh my God. It's embarrassing, bro. Like, oh, he's old school?
By this video. The flood of September 27th took from our Impact Plastics family some great employees.
Yeah, it did.
One was a personal friend of more than 30 years of working together. We are heartbroken, as you are, about our loss and will keep those who have now passed in our hearts forever. Following that day, I ordered an immediate review of the events and the timeline of what occurred that morning.
Yeah.
Beginning as soon as the last surviving employees and a count of those who are missing were addressed. With help from the National Guard, we were able to help secure the rescue 5 of our employees by helicopter. Today, we share that preliminary report with...
You wouldn't have had to rescue him if you didn't try to make him go to work that day. Like, it's not like this was a secret, right? Like, people knew this hurricane was going to happen. It's not like, it's like, 3:01, bright, shiny day. Everything's beautiful. 3:02, look at the sun. It's so bright. 3:03, holy fuck, it's raining. 3:04, oh my God, is that a tornado? 3:05, here comes the fucking flood. Where's the ark? What do you mean? That's not how it happens.
The public. The findings are that employees were told to leave the plant at least 45 minutes before the gigantic force of the flood hit the industrial park.
Misleading language, I believe. At the point of that 45 minutes, the giant amount of flooding was probably already happening and building up over time. So at the point that this big amount of water comes out, probably 45 minutes before then, many cars, like my mom had this happen, is that she drove over like a really big puddle and then it stalled the car out. This happened, and has this ever happened with you? You ever heard this happen before? Right? And so basically he's creating a frame of reference around and listen to this again.
Findings are that employees were told to leave the plant at least 45 minutes before the gigantic force of the flood hit the industrial...
At least 45 minutes, so probably 46 minutes, before the gigantic force of the flood. The gigantic force of the flood didn't just instantly spawn in. It happened over time. And inside of that period of time, the water levels would be rising. It's not taking responsibility. Yeah, that's not how water works. It was already flooding. That's what I'm saying. It was already there. Yes. Parking lot was already flooded. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is by 45 minutes, they couldn't leave because the flooding had already become so big that, yes, it had not massively impacted the building, but it was enough to where the cars were not able to leave. You see how this language is being used? You see what we're doing here? It sounds like you're reaching. I mean, I don't know. It seems common sense, right?
Industrial park. There was time to escape. Employees were not told at any time that they would be fired if they left the plant. After checking to make sure everyone was out of our plant and to rescue important files, I was one of the last people to leave the plant and luckily escape. To our knowledge, no one perished while on company property.
Doesn't matter at all. It absolutely matters because that means that they can't, the families of the company, it would be harder for them to sue the company. That's the reason why. Like, that's why it matters that they didn't die on company property. It's like, at what point when you're making a video talking about 6 people that died, I feel like like saying they didn't die on company property, like you're clearly saying this so people will think that it's not your fault. Like, it's insane. Yeah.
My company will cooperate fully with the inquiries from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Should have just said that.
And the Tennessee Occupation and Health Administration in days ahead. For now, our focus is on our employees. Thank you for your hard work as we all try to recover from this tragedy. I fell in love with Irwin and the people back in 1987 as a home for Impact Plastics. My plan is to build back our business in this town that I love as quickly as we can and offer good jobs again to the people who live there.
I'm going to be honest. Logan Paul did a better apology video after he filmed the dead bodies in Suicide Forest. I think even the Ukulele Girl was a better apology than this. This is really bad. Like, I would say if I was going to rate this apology on a scale of 1 to 10, I think it's probably about a 2. So the reason why it was bad is that he provided a lot of specifics that could be easily disproven or cause other bits of inquiry. So if he had came out with this video and he had said, we are cooperating with the law enforcement, we believe that we did not do anything wrong, and we gave everybody proper time to exit the building, and we'll cooperate with any investigation to prove otherwise. If he had come out and just said that, it would have been 1,000 times better. Just say sorry. He can't say sorry because then that's taking accountability and it could be used against him in court. He can't do that. So he has to say, like, listen, it wasn't an apology. Exactly. And so, and then also, like, the fact that he was, like, reading it off of a sheet of paper, like, right below him was, like, really, really bad. Like, you can get a teleprompter for, like, a couple $1,000s. It's nothing. And that way you can look at the camera the whole time, and then you can have the words going in front of the camera. So it's really bad. Yeah, this is really... He didn't apologize because it would imply guilt. Exactly. So he really just messed up. Like, I think this is, again, it's a sad state of affairs when teenager YouTubers have more authentic apologies than this. But Mr. Turkey here just really, I think he really shit the bed. I do. I think this is a really, really bad apology. This is one of the worst ones that I've heard in a long time. Saying that people didn't die inside the company building just reinforces that the 45 minutes warning wasn't enough at all. They shouldn't have been there at all in the first place. You know what? You actually bring up a really good point. How is it that if they're 45 minutes away, they weren't able to even leave the company building? That's a really, really good point of view. And that's the problem. See, like, this is what I was saying, right? Is that whenever you provide specifics, you also provide a frame that other people can make decisions on. You see what I'm saying? My dad's calling me. Give me a second. Hello? Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, when he said that the people died off of the property,
Yeah.
that's true. By the time they got out of the building, they saw other cars were stalled out. There may even have been a floating car.
Yeah, right.
And so, and for one thing too, to consider all the way back, start with, when this guy called the company, he did not talk to all those employees.
No.
A bunch of employees got out right away.
Yep.
And they took, I forget why, I saw a couple of things on there.
Well, like, he's doing it for insurance reasons, so that way they can't sue him because it wasn't on company grounds. That's, I think, the reason why.
Well, no, it has nothing to do. That's
why
the employee had choice. Let me go back to the beginning. When this guy, the guy who looks even older than me, when he called the company to say, because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he called and he said, hey, let everybody out now because the big flood is coming. Now, the roads were already flooded. They may have been deep enough to stall out, a car like the.
I think
truck
easy.
was.
Easy.
By the way, it was my truck that I gave to her.
Okay.
But, anyway, roll
the 85 Toyota, by the way, guys.
Bought brand new.
Yeah.
By sending around letters to everybody saying who can give me the best deal, and went down. But anyway, when this guy called the factory, he didn't talk to the employees. I mean, he didn't put them on a megaphone.
Yeah, right.
The manager, and the manager says, well, we got a, and what is it, plastics company?
Yeah.
Okay, they got to shut down the equipment, and he's telling everybody, okay, you got 45 minutes. Kind of sounds like a long time, enough time to get out. And but as you said, the floodwaters were in the street. Behind the company was another exit.
Yeah.
When the people
Preliminary.
it was actually, I think, about 30 minutes before the flood was supposed to hit, and maybe a little less than that. They tried to open the front door, and the water was up about 2 feet. And you ever tried to open the door with in water like that, which unfortunately I have had that opportunity. You can't open it. So they went and they had to go through the factory and out the back door. So they came around to the front. They got in their cars, and they look around and they say, "Holy shit! Other people are stalling out here."
Yep.
A little bit up the road because they were kind of down a slight hill. So they're sitting around wondering what they're going to do. If right then they got out of their fucking cars and walked across the street or up the street, they would have been fine.
Yeah.
And gotten away from there.
Well, they tried to all get in one car and get out of it.
Yeah, and there was a picture on there just a second ago of a truck turned over.
Yeah, that's what they did. It was 6 people got on that truck.
And on the truck, and then the truck driver, like an idiot. Well, he'd been partly an idiot because the flood was coming hill. So he cut to the left, and of course, when the force of the storm got up to his trailer.
Yeah, it pushed it over.
Over.
Yeah.
And that's when people drowned.
It's nuts.
It was a series of fucked up events.
Yep.
and they were right about the force of the storm did hit right about exactly 45 minutes after that guy made that call.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I saw. That's the report, the full report I got. And what was interesting is I believe all those people, again, were like the guys on the bridge, were freaking Hispanics.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
it sucks.
The immigrants get the shit work, you know.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, anyway, all right. I'm gonna get back to it.
All right, you need somebody to do that shit.
Yeah, I guess. All right, yo, I'll talk to you later.
Yo, bye.
Yo, bye. Okay, there it is. And yeah, some places the way it works also inside the company insurance. I guess so. Yeah, no, he's right. I mean, like a series of fucked up events. That's basically, I think, how a lot of this stuff happens. But it's crazy to me that this guy would come out, guilt trip people about death threats, say that they didn't die on the company property, and then like just basically end the video while he's recording it from a sheet of paper. It's so bad. Like everything about this is bad. Yeah, he didn't even make the video after the deaths, only after the death threats. That's a really good point too. Yeah, that it seems like the video's made as a response to people criticizing him rather than actually to the event itself. I think that's a good point. Read 100% artificial? Yeah, I think so too, man. Really fucking weird.